Welcome to Click to Startup, an entrepreneurial video series where we invite subject matter mentors to answer our most frequently asked questions from startup founders and small business owners via quick and easy how-to videos. My name is Jillian Bradley, and I'm the program coordinator for Opportunity Machine, Lafayette Center for Entrepreneurs. If you would like to submit a question on an entrepreneurial topic to be answered in an upcoming video, please email us at hello@opportunitymachine.org. Today's speaker, Cherie Hebert, will be providing us a few fundamentals of marketing and where to find design, advertising, and marketing help for your startup business. Cherie is a 30-year advertising, design, and marketing veteran and the CEO of BBR Creative, an advertising design firm in Lafayette. Cherie has helped over 600 clients with branding and marketing their businesses. Thanks for joining us, Cherie.
Thank you, Jillian. So I guess you want me to get started.
Yes, let's go.
Okay. Well, first of all, I have a lot of experience in the past with dealing with brand new startups just like you guys, and they come to us often to find out where to go to get the resources they need in order to better market their businesses. So today I'm going to give you some tips and tricks on how to find marketing services that will help you brand and grow your business. So let's start with design help. When you have a new business, there's many things that you may need design help for. Design or creative services are used for a variety of things with a business, such as developing a new logo, which is also called a brand identity, doing branding work, which is basically putting your logo on lots of different materials. And one of the key things is actually messaging, defining exactly how you're going to speak about your brand, how you're going to position your brand, and all the value proposition that you're going to offer for your brand. Other things that you may need design help with are for developing signage, brochures, sales materials. Website design, as you all know, is like a fundamental piece of every business now, and folks need websites. So you would be looking for a designer to help with that. Content creation is basically the development of content to go on social media or to go on your website to best describe your products and services and how you can be of value to your customer. Videography, photography, these are all of these elements fall within the design or creative services field. Where can you find help in those areas? Well, the most obvious place that you can provide that you can find help is through advertising agencies like the one that I own, BBR Creative. We're a branding and design firm, but a lot of times small startup businesses just don't have the dollars to invest in a firm like ours. So the best way to start is to find independent freelance graphic designers. And when you're looking for a freelance independent graphic designer, you really want someone who has some experience working with bigger brands and working with ad agencies and know how to, they know how these things work. However, they're not necessarily in the big agency world. So a lot of times a freelance graphic designer is going to provide you with a lot more value for your dollar. Now they are limited because they're only one person and they don't have the resources that an agency would have. However, they could be good help when you're just starting out. Another place to look for that kind of support is through local printers or local publications. Most printers and publications have graphic designers on staff, and so they offer that service through the printer or through the publication. And if they can't help you, they can at least refer you to other freelancers in order to help you. Video companies, not sure if most of you know this, but there are independent video companies that are commercial video companies that are out there. And in our market, there are several. And these video companies all they also have graphic design support services, and they definitely have video services. So, and often they have photography services that go along with the video services. So by calling them and talking to them, you can actually find out if they offer video, photography, and graphic design. Another way to get website developed is through an independent website developer, as opposed to a big company. Well, there's pros and cons to that, because an independent website developer is really limited by the skill that they independently have. And they may not be a good copywriter, they may not understand marketing as well, but they may be really good at design. And the first thing I would suggest is get references, find out, ask them for sites that they've created and get the references for the people they've worked with and check them out first. But if you're a startup and you need a simple website, an independent website developer is the most economical way to go in order to get a site built. You do get what you pay for in life, though, and so sometimes your website, if you use an independent, you may not have a website that's completely set up for lead generation work later. And if you're developing like an e-commerce site, you're going to be selling things online, you may want to take it up a notch and look for an expert that really can help you to make sure your site's set up properly for long-term success. So I guess the rule of thumb here would be, if you're having a website just to support a brick and mortar business, then I think a freelancer could potentially work. But if you're actually building a website that's going to be your business in place of brick and mortar, then you really should look at the next level up of support. And last but not least, most major businesses here in Acadiana, like an Acadian Ambulance or Lafayette General or Iberia Bank, they have corporate in-house marketing departments. And those in-house marketing departments have a wide network of folks who are writers, photographers, graphic designers. And so if you have a friend or know someone in the industry who's already working in a bigger organization, they're a great resource for you to reach out to and ask, hey, do you have the names and numbers of independents that I could possibly use for my business? Last but not least, the only one bit of a drawback between using independents and using an agency who help bring all of that together is the fact that you have to coordinate many different individuals when you source your own support team, as opposed to going to an agency that have all these folks in-house. So that's the biggest change. That's the biggest difference on outsourcing your own design services. The next thing is the category of marketing. So marketing is a little bit different than just design services. Design services help you establish your brand. Marketing helps you push your message out, right? Marketing is warming the leads you're going to need in order to sell. So where do you find marketing help? Most businesses and organizations not only need a business plan, but they need a marketing plan too. How do you plan to reach your customer? More importantly, how do you identify your target audience that reaches your customer and reach your customer from there? So some of the services that you may need and some of the things that you may need to do would be to create a marketing strategy and plan. You may need help with developing a digital marketing strategy, which is a little bit different from a general marketing strategy. You may need a social media strategy and setup, and most every business today needs a social media strategy. After a marketing plan is developed, you may need marketing management and coordination, someone to make sure things are getting done and things are getting implemented according to plan. So that would be a person who is helping you with the implementation and moving the effort forward. Another thing that you may need as a company would be public relations or community outreach. And public relations is essentially gaining awareness and gaining coverage, news coverage for your business. It's called earned media. When you gain coverage for your business without actually paying for it. When you start paying for coverage with media, you're basically advertising. And when you're using PR, you're gaining coverage without paying. However, you are paying for the effort if you get someone to help you do this. Another element may be market research, which there are special firms that only focus on market research. You may need promotional campaign support. That means you have different promotions that come out on a regular basis and you need a plan for each one of those promotions. You will also potentially need website maintenance support because our websites constantly have to have new information in order to continually rise in search engine rankings and to be able to be found and so you need to optimize frequently. And last but not least, when you're working with any partner, think about the analytics and measurement about how you're going to measure your efforts. Because without measuring your efforts, you don't know what's successful and you don't know what to continue to do and what to leave behind. I'm not suggesting you're going to need every one of these things, but this is a list of many items that new businesses and startups may need. Where do you find the help for marketing? Again, advertising and marketing firms like BBR Creative focus and are experts in these areas. So there are many firms around who do this exact thing. The next thing is digital marketing specialists. There are other agencies and individuals who specialize in digital marketing. That is basically everything you do online to market your business. Marketing firms specifically are independent marketing consultants or individuals who have a lot of marketing know-how, but they may not be a graphic designer or a web developer, but they actually have the know-how to put the right team together to execute marketing on your behalf. If you find someone like this to support you, make sure that you get references and make sure that you look into past experience work that they've done in order to make sure that they are qualified to do the job right. There are lots of other professional service providers that could assist you, and you can find some of those through printers and publications by asking around. LinkedIn is another excellent source for finding support folks and resources that you may need to market your business. And last but not least, when you're doing research for your newfound business, I have found that economic development organizations like LED, LEDA, and the local chamber and Opportunity Machine can help drive you and advise you in the right direction to help you with the resources you need to market. And last but not least, my third category is advertising help. Advertising is a little bit different from marketing. It's an element of marketing, but advertising involves paying the media to place your message, okay? So you may, if you decide as part of your marketing plan that paid advertising is what you need to do in order to be successful, here are some of the things that you need to consider. Number one, always begin with a goal in mind. What are you trying to accomplish? Who are you trying to reach? And actually have a quantifiable goal. Make sure you set that goal so that you know what you're trying to accomplish and you can measure on whether or not you accomplished it. Next thing you're going to need is some strategic advice. Don't be at the mercy of the best advertising salesperson. So there's such a thing out there called a media buying specialist or a media director who can help select the right media for the right dollar to help you meet your goal. If not, you're basically at the mercy of the best ad salesman. So strategic advice, you can implement many things on your own if you have the right advice at the beginning. So having one of those marketing consultants I talked about earlier who have a lot of experience in marketing and possibly advertising, or a media buyer could help move you in the right direction. Because you have to put together an advertising plan. And within an advertising plan, you need to know things like how to reach the audience, at what frequency, how to read media kits, and what channel selection do you make? In other words, what channels of media are most important to your business and why? I personally would never buy advertising on my own. I would always look for a media buyer because it matters not to them what channel you use. It matters more to them that you're effective. And so they're going to look at it very objectively. Digital marketing is a whole science within itself. So there are some very elementary things that you could probably learn on your own, like Facebook advertising. But again, it's now become such a science to really know how to place media online that it deserves its own area of expertise in its own, and they have folks who totally specialize just in that element. You always have to develop some type of budget in order to buy advertising effectively, and again, always with the mindset of knowing about analytics and measurement. So in all of these areas for media buying, where can you find the help? Again, media buying professionals, digital marketing professionals, advertising agencies, the media outlets themselves can be very helpful. Media sales professionals can educate you. UL has a marketing department, and sometimes they will help you and pick up some and provide you with some advice. And last but not least, in-house marketing companies that I spoke of before. Meeting and acquiring friends in those agencies can actually help guide you into the right direction. So today we covered where you can find design help, where you might be able to find marketing help, and maybe where to find advertising help. So I wish you much success as you move forward with the growth of your startup business. And hopefully this provided you with a few tidbits to help you move forward. Thank you.
Cherie, thank you for your time today and for sharing this information with us. As a reminder, if you have any questions about this presentation or you'd like to request a topic to be included in the series, please contact us at hello@opportunitymachine.org. We hope you enjoyed today's topic on Click to Startup.